Hello CraftDee Family, and welcome to another tutorial by She's So Crafty. For today's DIY project, we will be creating some modern home decor using items from the Dollar Tree. Now for these pieces, I was challenged to create some items with a clean, minimalist look while still maintaining a high-end polished finish. Now these decor creations can be used in so many ways and in just about any space in your home. Now I've placed some of my favorite decorative accessories on these, but you can certainly customize these into your own personalized style of decor. Now as always, all of the projects I create have complete supply lists in the description box, so you can easily use it for reference as you gather your supplies. Now before we start, I have to say hey to all of my subscribers, and if you are a new visitor to my channel today, I hope you consider subscribing as well and stick around to enjoy these crafts and the different ways I will show you how to style these in your space. So now let's just jump right into these projects. Now this project is a set of modern and bamboo glass vases. Now we'll need a 9-inch and 7-inch cylinder glass vase from the Dollar Tree. We'll need some 32-inch bamboo skewers from the Dollar Tree. Now note that you can get these from the camping section at the Walmart as well for 88 cents. Now we're going to start with the two vases, and what we're going to do is paint them. Now I'm going to paint one with black and one with white in a flat finish by Krylon. Now if you don't want to spray paint, you can just finish them in a chalk paint and black acrylic paint. Just make sure you do 2 coats of each. Now while those dry, we are going to start to work on our bamboo skewers, and what we're going to do is we're going to stain them with some Waverly Antique Wax. Now all I'm going to do is take my little rag here, and I am just going to apply the wax to each one of those skewers, making sure that I get it all the way down to the end, and you'll see it has a varied look on the finish, which gives it more character. So now here are all my bamboo skewers all nice and stained, and we're going to let these sit to the side to completely dry. And here are our vases all nice and dry after their 2 coats of spray paint and our bamboo skewers. So now we're going to start to decorate our vases. So I have a little towel here to keep my vase from rolling around. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take those bamboo skewers and we're going to just start cutting them into varied lengths of pieces, and I'm going to center the pieces vertical on my glass vase. Now there's no rhyme or reason to the lengths that I cut these, just cut them to the length that your heart desires. Now after you cut your piece, just apply some hot glue to the end of those pieces and apply them vertically on your glass vase. Now we're just going to continue to cut different pieces in different lengths and then adding them to the vase. Now I'm spacing mine about a ½ inch apart, but you can space them however you like. And by the way, I am still using my wood stick hot glue in my glue gun, but you could use regular glue or super glue for this project if you like. So we're just going to continue to add those sticks all the way around. Now here are all of my sticks all adhered into place around my vase. And now we're just going to repeat this for our black vase as well, and here is the finished product. Now at the top of the vase, you could see where we clipped those pieces, and they're a different color. So I'm just going to go in with my antique wax, and I'm going to take a fine tipped paintbrush, and I'm just going to dab that antique wax on the top of each one of those sticks, just carefully all the way around. And now that we've dabbed that antique wax on top, it has a blended finish, and you just want to repeat this for your other vase until both are done. And when they're dry, you can finally place these out to decorate. Now here are my 2 vases on display, and I absolutely love the result. Now I added some onion grass from the Dollar Tree to these, and I love how it blends in to this total look. And these bamboo skewers add a unique element of texture, and different sizes gives it a visual appeal. Now you all have to let me know in the comments which version of these vases would you like to display for your home. Now this project is a wood tray for succulents or candles. Now we're going to need 2 of these wood planks from the Dollar Tree, or you can use any wood of your choice. We're also going to use 4 of these plastic dessert cups from the Dollar Tree. We're going to need some of these cork craft sticks that were 98 cents for Lowe's or Home Depot. And we're going to need some of these wood cubes, or you can use some wood beads if you like. So we're going to start by taking 2 of those wood planks, placing them side by side as shown here, and we're going to join them together with those craft sticks from Lowe's. Now you don't have to use these craft sticks. The Dollar Tree does have smaller craft sticks. You'll just have to use more of them to adhere them together. So I'm just cutting the ends flat so they'll lay across the back. Now the purpose of these is just to join the wood planks together. I'm not really trying to create a pattern since this will be the bottom of my tray, but I do want to have long pieces going across the seam for reinforcement. And with these larger craft sticks, I'll need 3 to go across, and here are all 3 into place. So now that those center ones are done, I'm just going to cut down and add the ends on each side. Just mark the end, cut it off, and then add a piece at the end just to make sure the entire bottom is even. Now you want the entire bottom to be even so all of your feet will be even as well when you go to add them. So now the entire bottom of our tray is covered with the craft sticks and we have a nice flat top. So now we're going to add the feet. So I have some of these wood beads that I got from Amazon, and I've linked them in my favorites in the description box, but you could also use the wood cubes from the Dollar Tree as well. So I'm going to be using 6 feet for my tray. Now to apply these, I'm just going to add some of my wood stick hot glue to each corner of my tray, adding a bead right on top. Now you could definitely use a regular wood glue if you like. Now I'm going to finish off by adding 2 additional beads in the center, and this will just add a little extra support for everything we place on our tray. So once that's nice and dry, we are going to stain it with our Waverly Antique Wax. Now to apply this, I'm just going to apply it with a rag all over the bottom and the top, making sure you get around those beads, and you can definitely use a small paintbrush to get into all the little cracks and crevices if you need to. So now that the bottom is all stained, we're going to go around the edges and the top, and here is our entire tray all nice and stained, so just set it to the side to completely dry. Now while those dry, we're going to grab 4 of those little round dessert cups, and what we're going to do with these is we're going to paint the outside with a layer of some flat black spray paint by Krylon, and of course you can use some acrylic paint as well. And you can cover that up and cover the outside up as shown here. Now here they are all dry. I love the matte finish of the spray paint, and it turned out really well. And you can go in with a layer of matte Mod Podge to protect that as well. So now that our tray is finally dry, we can actually sit our tray out and add all 4 of our little cups on top, and you'll notice that they all fit perfectly. Now if you would like to, you can actually hot glue these in place if you wanted to. Now I wanted my cups to be able to be moved around, so I left mine loose so I can change the look, and now all you have to do is decorate. And here we have it, a cute little tray that you can place on display in your home. Now in this setup, I used some rocks from the Dollar Tree and some battery operated candles inside all of those little cups. Now I really love the relaxing vibe of this piece, and it would look great on a table or even a bath countertop. Now I really love this simple yet stylish way to display these pieces, and it looks so awesome on a tabletop. So now you can also place some succulents inside as well for display. Now the Dollar Tree has a really awesome selection of faux succulents, or you can choose to display real plants as well. Now which would be your favorite way to display these in your home? Now this project is a set of bamboo trimmed planter boxes. Now we're going to need 2 small boxes that I got on clearance for 25 cents from Easter this year. And we'll also need some of these 32-inch bamboo skewers from the Dollar Tree or Walmart. So we're going to start with those 2 boxes, and I am just going to cut away those ribbon handles from each one of those boxes. Now my boxes have a sort of glossy finish, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the labels, and what I want to do is tone down that glossy finish, so I am going to prime with my Zinsser 123 primer on the outside. Now if you don't have any primer, you can definitely cover it in white chalk paint as well. So once that primer is all nice and dry, you have a base to work with. And now what we're going to do is we are going to paint the box. So one of my boxes, I wanted to be black to go with my theme. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with finishing the inside first. I just love the inside of my boxes to be finished to match the outside. I just think it has a more professional look and looks nice and neat in the very end. Now once the inside is all done, we're just going to flip it down and we are actually going to be painting all the sides of the outside as well. Now you notice there is that little hole where we had that ribbon. That really doesn't really bother me, but you can plug that up too if you like with some hot glue or spackle. Now once that black one is done, we're going to take the white one and I'm going to be finishing this one off with white chalk paint. Now the white part is already inside, but the chalk paint is a little lighter, so I am going to finish the inside with my chalk paint first, and then I'm going to go and finish the outside with that chalk paint as well. And now that both are all covered, we're going to let them sit to completely dry. So now that both boxes are all dry, we can start to embellish them. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to go ahead and start marking it. And what I'm going to do is take my ruler and I'm going to mark down 1 inch from that top edge all the way around the box. Now once you have your marks all the way around the top, go ahead and draw a line connecting those lines all around the top edge so you'll have an even line to place your first line of embellishment. Now to embellish, we are going to be using the leftover skewers, which are about 5, and we've already stained these with our Waverly Antique Wax. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay a skewer across the top right on top of that line, and I'm going to mark the length with a pencil, and then I'm going to start clipping it to size with a pair of wire cutters. Now the end may be a little rough, so I'm just rubbing it down on a piece of sandpaper before I apply it in place, and I'm just going to run a bead of that hot glue right on top of that line on the box, and then place that bamboo piece right on top, making sure it's nice and even with the edges. Now we're going to complete this all the way around the box, but we do want to do the opposite sides first and then the other 2 opposite sides, so this piece will overlap those 2 edges. Now here are all of our pieces on our first round done, and we want to repeat this 2 more times. So now we have a total of 3 rounds of those bamboo skewers all the way around the top edge of the box. Now to cover up all of those exposed cuts, I am going to take my Waverly Antique Wax and I'm just going to use my fine tipped paintbrush to cover all of those in so it blends in nice and even. And here is what it looks like when it's all done. So now we're just going to repeat this for our black box as well. And here are our 2 boxes, all with their trims all applied, and now we're ready to decorate. And now all you have to do is add the greenery of your choice to finish these off and place them on display. Now what a difference adding some paint and some bamboo made to these clearance boxes, and I just love this high-end look. Now you can add any type of greenery that you like just to fit your own taste. No matter how you decorate these, no one would ever guess that these were Easter clearance boxes. Now this project is an easy modern canvas wall piece. We're going to need 2 8x10 canvases from the Dollar Tree, and we'll need a pack of these dominoes from the toy section at Dollar Tree. So we're going to start off with those canvases, and we're going to put one to the side and the other one we're going to remove from the packaging. Now I'm going to be painting this one black, so I'm just going to take my acrylic paint and I'm just going to apply it to the canvas, and I'm going to start around the outside first, just making sure that you get those corners and folds really well. Now once the outside edge is done, we can go ahead and apply the paint to the top of the canvas. You just want to make sure you apply one nice even layer. And once that's done, let it sit to the side to completely dry. Now while that's drying, we are going to work on our dominoes, so go ahead and grab your wooden domino set. Now you're going to remove it from the packaging. You'll notice one side has cardboard and one side has wood. So what we're going to do is take our Waverly Antique Wax and we will be applying it to the wood side of our dominoes. Just apply a nice even layer and make sure you get around those edges as well. Now here are all of our domino pieces, all nice and stained and ready to go. So once those dry, here are all of our domino pieces, and we're going to go ahead and grab our canvases. The black is nice and dry, and then here is the white one. We're just going to leave this as is, as it came out of the package. Now what we're going to start to do is to put a design with those dominoes on the canvas. Now I decided to go with a kind of angled arrow design, staggering those dominoes down the side, but I did experiment with a few different designs, but this is the one I think I want to go with. So I did try 2 lines. I wasn't really feeling that design, so I went ahead and stuck with my arrow. So we're going to start by adding that first domino at the bottom center, and make sure you use a ruler if you don't know where the exact center is. Just apply hot glue to the back of that domino and place it right exactly in the center of the bottom of your canvas. Now we're just going to lay out the other dominoes in place before we start to adhere any other ones, because we want to make sure that they're all going to be nice and even. So now we're just going to start working our way up the canvas on each side of that center domino, just making sure each one of those dominoes is placed nice and even with the one on the opposite side. And here are all of our dominoes in place. I'm loving this look, so now I'm just going to repeat it for my black canvas as well. Now here are both of my canvases with those dominoes in place. I am loving the contrast here. It looks so awesome. And there's so many ways that you can style this piece. And so here is how I have chosen to display my art pieces, and I really love how they turned out. Now I think that the wood pieces really give that retro modern feel that I was going for. Now I absolutely love being able to create DIYs in so many different styles for you guys, and I really hope that you have fun with these projects. Now as always, I love them all, but let me know in the comments which one was your favorite today. Listen, if you love DIYs on a budget, please give this video a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Make sure that you're following She's So CraftDee on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest for the latest news, sneak peeks, and giveaways. If you like videos like these and you don't want to miss the next one, make sure you're subscribed by clicking that subscribe button below, or just click on my She's So Crafty logo on your screen, and make sure you hit that bell to be notified when the next DIY goes live. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.